boy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to... I didn't know which review show to do this for, because y'all can see parts of my body. So I figured we're going to do Cove Club. Whatever. The one interview show where I, the Lion founder of Writers Cove Studios, just gets to interview both in-house actors for my own stuff, actors I know on a personal level, and people that people are just like, you should interview this person. Why? Today, we're covering some stuff with an actress I've known for 2 years, where she's been in some stuff that I've written. We have become close friends ever since, to where if I ever fly out to Florida, I already know the one place I'm going to go first is to see this lady and her amazing boyfriend. Give it up for Yenni Ann.
Hey! Hi, everybody!
Now, if you guys do not know Yenni, all I have to say is, what is wrong with you? But on a serious note, Yenni has been almost everywhere. She's been in anime, you've been in a few games at this point, right?
Yeah.
She's been a couple
and one
games.
anime.
Yeah, one anime, a couple of games, and it has her own production line called Vibrantly Cool Productions, where she has made a game dub and making her own show that released yesterday at the time of this recording of Coffee with Honey.
Yeah. Now that you put it out there in like this, in like order, I'm like, wow, yeah, I've done a few things. Yeah. I mainly do now a lot of radio commercial work, as well as just some work for China. So that's pretty much what I do now. And I'm fully integrated all of years into Coffee with Honey. So I don't have too much to show off now. I still audition for things, but it's definitely like I am on Coffee with Honey, like on. And I just noticed my cat's making like a little appearance. So it's Yenni Ann and Maki, which she actually comes out in all of my avatars and all of my Vibrantly Cool Productions logo is actually Maki. So that's her. She just loves the limelight. So.
She loves the limelight.
She does. She does. This is like her favorite.
It's her amazing favorite. If you guys do not know how Cove Club works, for normal circumstances when it comes to me and the in-house crew, I mostly let them do the questioning first about whatever show we're covering, where this time we're going to be gearing up for Lost Tides, and oh boy, when y'all finally hear when Yenni was in that show, y'all gonna be like, hold up, this sweet girl right here, she gonna be what?
I was wondering. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the Lost Tides for a little bit, and also another one, right? I forgot which one.
That one doesn't come out till 2021 because that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed the little bits that I was in Lost Tide. I really liked it. As I told you, and I'll tell everybody here, I think he is a really, really good writer, and there should be more opportunity for him to like showcase what he does because it's really good. It's sad that I'm not a part of it anymore, but hopefully in the future, if Coffee with Honey lets me, I can visit old projects and see if I can lend my voice again. But for the time that I was there, you guys are in for a story, a good story.
Well, aside from the fact Yenni knows she's welcome back anytime, we love Yenni. Like, you all girl, boo. We love you.
Thanks.
For the first question I would probably ask is, well, something I feel like a bunch of people are going to be asking is, like, the typical thing of an actor. What is, like, the best place to start for, like, people that are just being like, you guys seem put together, how do we get started? I'm just going to ask this anyway, because it's, like, the generic thing to get out of the way. I'm sorry, Yenni.
No, it's totally fine. Funny enough, so before I say anything, for everybody listening, V and I were talking about how being a host, you have to, there's a lot of questions that you ask. And this is a question that I actually ask most of the people that I have interviewed beforehand. A lot of people come to me and ask me, like, hey, what is the best way to start this off? And my biggest thing, and it's not because I work there, and it's not because, like I do things for them, but going into Casting Call Club and just creating your profile and just starting to do several auditions. Not, if you get them, great. If you don't book the audition, it's still a great practice point. I started with a USB mic that someone randomly gave to me. I don't even know what it was. I don't think it was a Blue Yeti. I think it was like something else. I think it was like a $50 mic. And I went, before I had Casting Call Club, I had gone into this Facebook page that I don't think exists anymore. But it was like a voice acting Facebook page. And I put, a little excerpt of me talking, and it got some views. And then someone, aka my mentor, Tony Weiss, he found me. And then that's how we started our whole thing of going into voice acting. And he helped me do all my demos. And because of his demos is why I'm in an anime, and I've done a lot of things that I'm very thankful and blessed for. But definitely putting yourself out there is the first step. After that, it would be getting into social media and getting into Twitter. I will say this, and I don't know if this was a question coming, but I was talking to V about this. The main things that you should never talk about in Twitter, it was in my sorority. Every time that we talk to people, we would never talk about boys, we would never talk about booze, we would never talk about the Bible, and we would never talk about politics. And that's the way to do it, because honestly, it works out better that way. So I definitely believe that if you get a social media account and you start following a lot of voice actors, interacting in an appropriate way that doesn't seem like you're just kind of using them to like get, information, because quite frankly, you can be in 10 TV shows and do 70 radio commercials, but if someone walks in and they have a better voice than you and have absolutely no training, they will still get the job, not you. Nobody has the answer. Kind of like parenting, there's no book for it. Well, voice acting, there's no book for it, because you will get rejected. That's like a part of living as an actor. But yeah, I think those two are really great things. Getting into Casting Call Club, putting yourself out there. And not just in Casting Call Club, there's also VAC, there's Discords. Go on those, put yourself out there, create, and then secondly, create your social media account, start following people, listening to them, trying to understand what your niches are, what your range is, like things like that. And then also take a third would be to take classes. Casting Call Club has great classes available, VA 101, 201, 301, and there's also audio engineering courses, which my mentor Tony is a professor for, and I'm even taking video editing course. Yes. Yeah. So, and not only that, you can find on Twitter, having a social media account, you'll find a bunch of workshops available. My best girlfriend, Sarah, she is doing a marketing class with Christian, and it's going well. There's a lot of people out there that can give you really great pointers about how to make yourself, how to market yourself better, and maybe how to have like a higher percentage of grabbing that role. But you will never 100%, receive from someone like, no one is able to 100% tell you how to book a role, because it doesn't exist. There's no way to it. You either you get it or you don't. It could be lady luck, or it could just be, how you work on your voice, or if the casting director wants that voice. So I rambled a lot. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. Frankly, that kind of just does kill two birds with one stone, because I was like, well, if we're going to cover social media, then all of a sudden, you got it right for me before you even asked it, Yenni. That is,
and then that's my fault.
That's how you get like two hosts in the room. It's like, I already can figure where the next question's going. I got this, coach. You don't have to tell me. there was a couple more things on the list. Let's see. Third thing, technically. For all of the roles that you have done since getting into voiceover work, what are the top 3 favorites that you've done in recent memory?
Oh my god. Well, I think for sure being a part of Kemono and Friends was a top favorite of mine because it's just so different. I had never done an anime before, and thank you to Marissa Lenti and Sound Cadence, I was able to fly to Texas and do my role, which was Campo Flicker. She's a hotel. She pretty much is the hotel manager. So I got to use a lot of my customer service voice, and it was a great experience because it was the first time that I have ever really done any type of anime work. I had been in a booth before, but never for that amount of time and having someone really direct me in person. It was just a very experience that I hope to one day be able to do again. And then for my second one, I think I really enjoyed it's like an ongoing thing, and it's doing radio commercials. I work with Jeff Moore and More Quality Protections, and he sends me a lot of commercials to do, and I just love them because he always sends me really fun ones. But I got to do one for GameStop, so I was like, oh my god, this is crazy because I love GameStop. So I was able to do a commercial for GameStop in a small city, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I could ever possibly do. And I think another one that I really liked a lot, I was an AI for a game. Oh my god, and now I lost it. It's at the tip of my tongue, and I love that game. Oh my god. I don't remember what it is. It's at the tip of my tongue. It's by wow. But I will remember, as at some point throughout this interview, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to be like, it's this one. But I was the All-Bound Link system, and it was for a very horror game. I don't like horror games. I don't do them a lot. In fact, I only did one before that. And wow, that's a really nice car. This one was definitely different because I've never done an AI before, and it was really, really cool. And when I remember the name of the game, because I'm obviously out of it, I will let you know. It's early. I just want everyone to know that Vienna, it's 10 a.m. Okay, I'm still in bed at this point, so but I'll remember. I know it is. Anyways, next question. I feel so bad right now. I need to look for this. I can't believe I don't remember. And it's one of my top 3. I always talk about this game, and now it's at the tip of my tongue, and I don't know what it is. But that's my life. I never know anything. Sometimes especially when I'm placed like when someone is directly asking me a question, I'm like, what? I just forget everything I say. I forget everything I do, and no, now it's on. Now I need to know what it is, because for heaven's sakes, the subject. I was like, science, simpler, and I'm like, the subject. Okay, the subject. Yes. The subject is a horror game, and I was all about links. It is one of my favorite roles that I played. I am so sorry, Brian, that I forgot. If you're watching this, yeah, the subject. It was a really cool game and super scary. He's like, hey, do you want a link to the for the Steam or whatever, a key? And I'm like, no, but enjoy it. I can't play those. No, absolutely not. That's not. Then I won't go to sleep for a while, because it's one of those where it just jumps at you and it's like that. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. I'm so embarrassed.
It's okay. It's okay. We all have those moments of God, What were we in again? Ugh!
It was a long time ago too. It was like I think a year and a half ago already, or like two. So that's why I'm like, that was when, and I got that role being in my old house, in my parents' house, and I was surrounded by blankets inside a little closet that I think was like about the size of my desk, if not smaller. And I was like in there, and then that's where I did the the all bound link system voice, and yeah, it was a good time. Oh, also fourth, Aegis M. It's a game that I was in, and I got to voice the trailer, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's how you know that Yenni is pumped. She's just all like happy and jittery, just like, ooh, I can't wait to talk about this.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It's also the Leo in me. I'm like, yes, ask me more questions.
Yes, give me more questions for me to answer. The next thing I have on this list, I actually had to talk to one of my childhood friends of Nick about questions to ask certain VAs, and then we actually made like 30 questions to ask for you. I was like, I don't think Yenni has time for 30 questions.
I mean, you have a while, so yeah. Let's see how much we can do, right?
Next question on the list. What are some projects you're excited to hear yourself in like the next 3 years?
So obviously, I'm not under any NDA. Actually, no, I am under one, but it already came out, and that's a project that's coming out, and I'm really excited about. It's the Mechanical World of Dr. Gearbox, and I play the playable character, so pretty much I only do like grunts and stuff, like hey, and it's and I do for both male and female character. And I really like that movie. It's movie. Oh my god, game. That game, because it's definitely something that's different than what I've seen, and I love that because that's what I tried to do with Coffee with Honey in the sense of like diversity. The Mechanical World of Dr. Gearbox has so many different types of character plays. Like you can pretty much make your character into anything. Like there's even like disabled characters. So your character can have a wheelchair or have a prosthetic. And the people that are doing this, they're so good. Thank you to Christian O'Boyle for giving me the opportunity to go ahead and audition for these roles and book them. I'm very excited to see how it goes. That team deserves so much because they're really showing kids of all be a part of a game, and I think that's very, very beautiful. So that's one of them that I'm really excited about. As for anything else, I mean, like I said before in the beginning of this interview, I haven't really been auditioning a lot just because I've been focusing on Coffee with Honey. And that's pretty much what I'm most excited about, is seeing it, unravel and seeing how my writing and everything is going. Thank you so much for the review that you did for me. My writing team is one, which is me. But hopefully, as the by, depending on how people feel about it, like maybe I can bring someone else into the writing team. Erica is an amazing artist, and she's done such a great work in helping me bring Miami to life and all the characters and stuff like that. So really, that's another one. And then I mean, like, I've been auditioning roles here and there. I can't talk about them, but God willing, let's see if I book one of them, and yeah, we'll have something to talk about in a year.
As I was just raising my hand, like I could be one of your writers.
You see, I'm always I have Miami everywhere. This is for we had Super Bowl the Super Bowl here last year before the Corona. So
oh, yeah, everyone was getting
there.
I was at work at the time, just standing around like, why the hell is everyone just on this boat watching the Super Bowl instead of in Miami? Y'all.
Oh yeah. It was packed. I got to leave work early that day because I was not gonna make it home if I had to be in that traffic. So
Let's see. Next question. Don't skip that one because that one is stupid.
no, I bet all your no question is stupid.
Oh no, this is one that Nick and I wrote at like 11:30 at night for me. For him, since he's in South America, I think it was like sometime in the morning for him. Like, neither one of us had sleep. It was, who are your favorite directors that you've worked for?
Marissa Lenti. She was awesome. John Wang, which is another mentor of mine. I work with him, and he's directed me before in several things, and yeah, he's awesome at what he does. And honestly, I didn't have most of the other things I've done. The directors really didn't ask me too much. They're just like, hey, like, do the best you can, and that was it. So my hair is like not working today.
Your hair is fine. Your hair is fine. I'm just mostly trying to go down this list because my God, there's a lot here. Oh, here's one. For Vibrantly Cool Productions, will there be even more stories with Honey once she gets her coffee shop, or is it just a one and done series and you guys move on to the next project?
So no, we are definitely not gonna just stop. I think, like anything in life, and one of my favorite movies is Tangled. And there's a scene where, Rapunzel is scared because she just had her dream of seeing the lanterns fly. She goes, well, what do I do now? And Flynn Rider goes, well, you make a new dream. So I really wanted to bring that out and show people that just because you finish one goal does not mean it's the end and that's it, because there's no credit's going to come flying down when you finish your goal. You know what I mean? You just start a new goal. So when Honey gets her cafe, which is not going to be in season 1, it's not going to be in season 2, not going to be in season 3. It's going to be really down the line. Because I hope to make a lot of seasons. I mean, the videos are like 5 to 6 minutes long anyway, so it's kind of a little bit fast paced because I want to start something, finish it, and then go into the next, like issue or problem or like just life, having things come out. And so at one point she will be getting her coffee shop. That's not a spoiler. I actually, in the first episode at the beginning, I say spoiler. I do get my coffee shop, but after she gets her coffee shop, well, now you have problems that are going to happen inside your coffee shop. And, life happens. Maybe someone gets pregnant. Maybe someone dies. Maybe someone gets married. Maybe someone robs the cafe. I don't know. So, yeah, we just got to wait and see. We're in this for the long haul. This is pretty much the only production I'm probably going to work on. Because I just want to see it through. I don't want to put too many things out and then have the issue where I'm just like trying to juggle so many different projects. So I really want to give my all to one specific project and make sure that it can make the hopefully that it can resonate with someone in some way. So yeah.
It's always a good thing to aim for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had like the fortitude to just do one thing, but ADD is a terrible, terrible thing.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
But just to try and shoot my own self in the foot real quick for this, I'm going to go to number 17 on this list, where Nick especially wanted me to ask you this, where if you're watching this, Nick, I hope to God your son pees on you for this. For all the time you spent with me and everyone else with Writers Cove Studios, what could you share to people that are just like, what is behind those ivory coral walls that is the Cove Studios? Are these people good people? Are they monsters? We don't know what's going on behind that mystery veil. And I'm just sitting in the background eating Doritos like, what's up?
I mean, for the time that I've been with the Cove, and then pretty much even after, moving and transferring out of it and just kind of like retweeting for them and doing everything, I will say this, they are very much aware of... Oh, okay. Sorry. They are very much aware of their actors. They really do care about you. If per se, like, my biggest problem, which is why I had to transfer out, was because I could not stick to the deadlines because I had so many other things going on, and it really wasn't fair to the team. So I did, tell them, look, like, I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to be there for you. And then when, if my platter just kind of mellows out and, I'll come back in and things like that. But they respond in less than 24 hours, what people do, especially if you're a voice actor going through like a lot of working with a lot of different companies or a lot of different people in projects and stuff. Sometimes like I would send emails or I would send like a DM and it would take them like 2.5 days to respond to me, and then I had a deadline. So they're within 24 hours. There's so many different people that you can talk to and they all know the same exact thing. So it's not like you go to like this person and they tell you something and this person they tell you something else. That doesn't happen. And they're all very, very sweet. And V is a great person. And so are anybody else that I've talked to in the Cove. They're nice. I don't remember talking to Nick. But Nick, if I've spoken to you, I'm sorry. I don't remember. And I remember speaking to Sharon. Sharon I speak to. I've spoken to. Right? Sharon? Shannon. I tried. Yeah. It's okay. If it makes you feel any better, like my own mother doesn't even know my name. Like she calls me my sister's name. So, I mean, I'm sorry, Shannon. Let's work on this. Okay. Because obviously I am the problem. Like, so, I was interviewing, Andy Field. And I'm like, oh yeah, like you're a part of Five Nights at Freddy's, and he's like, yeah. So he starts asking me questions about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I have to be like, never played or seen or heard of this. I know about your other stuff, but not about this because it's scary. And he's just looking at me like, girl. I'm sorry. Oh my god. This is just showing how ditzy I am. I don't remember freaking like where I worked, who I worked for, Brian for the subjects, and then now I called her Sharon instead of Shannon. Whatever. I tried. Yeah, she's great. Actually, I think I spoke to her more than you, which is funny because I remember your name more than her name. Why isn't this beer?
I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, let's continue this because I just keep digging my hole. So,
Yenni,
let's just hope nobody cancels me on Twitter when they see this. They're gonna be like, Yenni doesn't know anybody, cancel! Oh
god. Let's see. Oh, this is definitely a me question right here. I can tell it's a me question because I was just trying to underline certain words. I think I was trying to be me seeing like, could I research how to speak English better? Does not work.
I'm sorry. Mama, shh. Yeah.
If there was something that you wanted to see happen for voice actors by the end of the reverse Roaring 20s, as everyone's calling it, because I think since we're starting off at the tail end of what the original 1920s was in 2020, where everything is terrible, to then kind of climb up to be in the upward, where everyone's prospering type of a fiasco, what do you want to see done for the entertainment industry by the end of the reverse 20s?
You know, I don't know if it's going to happen for the end of the reverse 20s. I really hope that this is something that we continue to strive for, because I've seen it happening. But I would like to see a lot more productions. One, have diversity, but not make it feel like it's forced diversity, because I've seen that a lot, you know, and I'm not trying to bash any production or anything, but like, you know, a diverse cast that makes sense, and it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna throw in an Asian, or I'm gonna throw in a Hispanic, I'm gonna throw in a black guy, you know, like I think that we should definitely work on making diverse characters that make sense, and, you know, and that really, you know, that the voice actor who voices them embodies them. And that's something that I see happening little by little, and it makes me really happy, because I feel like we need it more. Making characters diverse, but that don't fall into this like ridiculous stereotype. For example, you know, a lot of the time you see like Hispanic, you know, I can talk about this because I'm Cuban. You see a lot of Hispanic, what's it called, characters come out, and they want you to have a Hispanic accent. And I do have an accent coming from Miami, but at the same time, like, I don't always talk like this. And I don't always have like an attitude when I talk, because this is not just Hispanic people. Like, and that's what they look for. So it's very annoying to me to think, that a production company needs to have their character who is already diverse have to be this stereotype. For example, like another one, and I'm saying this because with Coffee with Honey, I do have a diverse cast, and now comes character Darian, and we can talk about that a little bit later. But one of the leads is Max Wong, which is voiced by Eddie Young, and he's great, by the way. And you know, like a really big thing that a lot of like Asian characters have, one, they always have that one like colored hair, which makes no sense to me because I don't know where that started. And secondly, like they're either like always smart, or they have like these like I think it's called tiger parents for them, or like helicopter parents. I always tell them like, oh, you need to, tiger you know, moms. Be studious. Yeah, like that to me is so overly used, and it doesn't make sense. Because, you know, for example, my boyfriend Alex, he is Chinese. His parents let him do whatever he wants, and you know, like he's enjoying his life. Yes, he's, you know, good in some academics. He's not good. He was a C student. You know, like he's more street smart than book smart, and that doesn't make him any less Asian. Like just because I'm Hispanic, you know, I don't have like a very like crazy accent doesn't make me less Hispanic, you know, like there's a lot of things that I'm noticing now that they're working towards, and I'm really proud of that, and I hope that that continues. And I'm also, you know, hoping that a lot of stories stop using women having like very, very like abusive, traumatic, like I'm talking about like crazy stories just for character development, you know. And you know, I'm not trying to I don't want to call the kettle black, because in Coffee with Honey there is some sort of I wouldn't say trauma. Well, it was traumatic for me, but I mean it's more about manipulation, and that is something that did happen to me, and that was the first thing that I wanted to showcase in Coffee with Honey. But that's not what it's about. And like my character, Ashley, who is played by Sarah Ruth, and she's also awesome, and does a great job handling it. And so does Michael Malconian. He is playing Roger. Excuse me, and he's doing a great part of it. But what I'm trying to say is that like you can have something that's like very serious happen, but it doesn't have to be to a degree where like for example, like every female character like somehow is like beaten or raped or like has like this like terrible like traumatic experience, like all their parents are dead, or like it's just why people can, there are so many other bad things that are more, you know, that are common and that people can, you know, like swallow, and there can be sort of like you can learn from this, but you don't need to go through such traumatic events to grow. You can grow through other type of trauma, and we should showcase all of it, because it's not all about the ones that I talked about. There's other types of, you know, like very serious situations in life that happen that can change you. And I think that's what I'm hoping to see in the next year. Just like more diversity and less girls getting shit on for everything. Because it makes no sense. So yeah, that's it.
I feel like that's why you were angry with me when you were reading that one script where you were the pregnant lady.
I wasn't angry. I wasn't angry. You know, like it's nothing about being angry. It's just it's a breath of fresh air sometimes to see something that's not a common trope. That's the word, because it is. It's like a trope nowadays, and it's like find something else. You know, like there's so many bad things in the world. We should not just focus on these two items. Like there's other things. So yeah.
I know, but you were just like super angry with me when you were reading the script. It's like, wait a minute, I'm pregnant with a hot husband and now I'm dead? How dare you? I was like, Yenni, honey, do you not know what I'm trying to do for setup here? I'm not trying to make a happy story. It's like, I know, but the D.
Yeah, you did tell me I could tell you how I felt about the script. You know, if we're gonna start pointing fingers.
I know, but that day will always be in my head, just like, Yenni is upset she's not getting the fictional D anymore. Alright then. Meanwhile, in another script, she's getting it constantly, but she ain't complaining about that part. Anyway.
No.
Anyway, I could keep going down this list, but since Cove Club is the thing I like to do, like a whole push and pull thing, I'm gonna just turn the tables a little bit in your direction, Yenni, where if you want to take the reins as host for a little bit, you can, and then just twist the table back my way.
Well, I don't know what that means, but if you want me to go ahead and ask you some questions about Cove Club, then that can work. Yeah, sure. Like, tell me.
It's kind of
all
like
right,
that, where I go to actors, I ask them stuff. I'm also like, maybe they have questions they want to ask. Like, sometimes I know some things that they don't, and they're curious. So that's what flipping the tables means in this show. Like, not everyone's excluded from getting questions asked for them. So
tell us a little bit more about the productions and the pieces that are going to come out next year, because 2021's around the corner.
I know, and I'm not ready. For the biggest thing that I know is coming out in 2021, because by that time we're going to be gearing up to get our own LLC for everything.
Nice.
2022. I'm not looking forward to that amount of paperwork though, but I'm excited. The big thing is the show that, if you guys haven't seen the preview for already, it's a show called Crescendo. It has been in the works since 2018, with almost the entire first season completely written out. I've got the season finale still being typed up today, where I'm still trying to get everything perfect, because this is a big series, like almost feature-length film rate, where everything feels like a short film in its entirety, where everything's just going to be so large. I don't know if I can get every single episode out in 2021, but like maybe treat it like it's Team 4-Star with Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, where every year you get an installment, or every year you get 2 installments. That way it can be paced out more and more with everything, since it's that huge. Aside from that, we're gonna be trying to showcase some more stuff, because I was talking to some of the people like Shannon and Laurel and Riku about doing some Spotify exclusive stuff here and there, where we might be making some exclusive stuff where if you guys like it on the YouTube page, then we're going to transfer those to the Spotify stuff. That way you guys get those exclusives when you're on the run, or if you're on a boat, or you're just done and your partner wasn't that satisfying, so you're just trying to listen to something to pass the time until they're ready to leave your apartment. Steve. Just so many things on that regard, plus more stuff of Veiled Garden, Lost Tides, maybe finally getting Mosaic Ink out, because COVID-19 has been terrible for everyone in the studio. So many depressed people, and so many people in the ERs and whatnot.
Yeah, it's let me tell you that COVID-19 kind of has backtracked a lot of people in a lot of ways. We've talked about it before, how, like, you know, you're stuck in 4 walls, and, you know, your thoughts get to you and things like that. So it does become a little bit difficult. Which is why I think so imperative that production companies kind of like push out their projects and stuff, so that people have something to do and people have something to kind of like take their mind off of other things and focus on this. So I mean, like, I finished 5 seasons of Lucifer in like less than a month, you know. And then now I'm watching Princess Way Young on Netflix. I'm like, oh my god, I love it. So I mean, you know, there's a lot of things and games too. Like Paper Mario is now all I play. A lot of people are on Animal Crossing. A lot of people are listening to a lot more audio dramas, and playing a lot more games. So I think this is it has its good and its bads, I guess. Some of us are able to spend more time with our family. Some of us are spending time with our family. So I mean, like I said, it's a good and a bad things this year. But hopefully 2021 will be a new era. We can only hope. Yes, we can. Yeah, I mean, besides that, what are your favorite, which ones are your favorite characters of both Crescendo and Lost Tides?
Oh my god. This is hard. If I were to just do stuff of Lost Tides, one of my favorites is every time I try to do the next couple episodes for like scripting purposes, I'm always just like, Yenni's character of Rhiannon was one of my favorites because it's a very interesting female character. Like, in life, she was this very powerful, very in your face of, if you don't like me, I will fucking destroy you if you ruin my life type of lady, but also very sweet, like, I will be the perfect partner, but if you cheat on me, I am ripping your genitals off.
Sounds about right.
Like, all of that, and when Yenni was doing the voice for her, I was just like, this feels too perfect. Like, I could see Yenni being this fierce of a person if she had, like, no restraints whatsoever.
Maybe if I had no morals.
If you
maybe.
had, like, no morals, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
anybody else from,
I was still gushing about you, I'm sorry.
Stop! Focus on other people. I'm not there anymore.
Okay, fine. Fine. Other than, Rhiannon, probably Faust as a villain from, Lost Tides is my favorite, since in every other show I've done where it's like they're methodical, but they're also hidden, where you just don't know who the real bad guy is. You just see like these seed for seed villains. Faust is just in your face of like, he's creepy, he commands people that come straight from H.P. Lovecraft's writing. He reads the Necronomicon for fun. The book that's apparently supposed to drive you insane. This man reads this as like it's a bedtime story of like, and then when the flesh is ripped apart from your very atoms, you can then embrace the eternity that is the nothingness void. And then when Zaijin does it and cranks it up to an 11 with the creep factor, I'm just like, sir, why are you like this? He's like, what are you talking about? I like doing creepy characters. I'm like, yes, but this is an 11 on the creepometer.
Let me tell you that name is also just such a great name that you came up with, Faust. I like it. Good.
I had to remember that because, fun fact about me, before I ever was doing stuff more permanently for voice acting, I had this one team where my friend Edward, when he was just bored making sex bots for money, since he has a 213 IQ and just gets paid by the government, he was like, let's just run this YouTube channel, and for a 50,000 subscriber special, I had to read parts of Faust's whole thing in Arabic by doing the entire I think the diatribe of Mephistopheles, all in Arabic. I had to learn it within 3 days and then record it to then send off to him in Europe for him to then release it. I wish he still had the copy, but
that's insane. Like, you come out with some of the craziest stories I've ever seen. First, yesterday I found out you like birthed a child, like assisted in birthing a child in a wagon. Today I hear that you like do Arabic videos. I'm like, I always learn something new.
It was only the one. After that, I was just like, I can't remember anything after yesterday. What happened, Jade? She's like, you spoke Arabic for like 7 hours.
That's funny. That's funny.
Then the other favorite character I have for Lost Ties is not released yet, but it's voiced by my buddy Catelyn Dans.
I love her. She's also going to be something spicy in Coffee with her.
Cat is just everywhere because everyone loves Cat. It's like everyone loves Sarah, everyone loves Yenni. If you don't love these people, what is wrong with you? I'm kidding.
Stop.
Maybe. But her character, like she's talked about when she had her own Cove Club episode, is a supporting character, but also a very powerful one. Like, she'll beat sense into you, but also teach you lessons about how to be a stronger protagonist, or be that one, like that mentor character from shonen anime that has already had their adventures and is just too overpowered to be a main character anymore.
Right.
Yami from Black Clover. Fucking COVID-19 had me watching Black Clover on like a loop for like 2 weeks. And for all the stuff I have in the works for her, where there's going to be more development for her character in that light, I just feel a lot of attachment to those 3 characters because it's just from 3 people I didn't expect to blow me out of the water so fast. Like, Yenni, you already know I've adored you for like the last 2 years in our friendship for like the stuff you do on a professional level, but when it's on like the whole, I can talk to you enough to where I can see you as the person you are, where you're very, very free-loving, but also very stern and serious. When you get into that acting, now I'm like, girl, this is why our friendship is interesting. I will look at you just like, let's go get some mojitos, and you're like, yes. Then you're in the booth, I'm like, goddamn.
Sometimes you have to, I think it's very important to, especially in this community, in any, you know what? No, I'll take that back. Especially just in life in general. I mean, you need to know serious time, and definitely for the latter, I feel like it's very important to not let things get to you and to not allow mistakes that can pretty much, like hinder you from moving forward happen. We all make some mistakes, but it's up to you to decide what type of mistakes you want to make. You know what I mean? And I think that being serious in when it comes to delivering of lines, when it comes to working with people, when it comes to talking with people, we are in our community can be very rocky because there's a lot of drama that ensues from that from our community, and we go through this like roller coaster where it's like we're very good and then like we have like a shit show on Twitter for a whole, and I've come to realize that you need to be very careful with the words that you say, how you say them, and really focus on you. Focus on your work. Like that's the best way to put it. You really need to focus on making yourself better instead of sitting down and just wallowing in whatever drama is ensuing or like being a part of like some type of drama. Don't do any of that. Just march on your very way up your BO staircase, and that's about it. She's like making faces back there.
Maki just like, Mom, it's my time to shine. What are you doing?
She's like just like sleeping too. She's just, I don't know what she's doing. She's being silly.
She's a sassy one. She's very sassy.
She is. She's so sassy.
Oh, I never gave the answer to the crescendo part of your question. I am so sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
On a personal note, I have to say I like the main character that's going to come out, since anyone that has worked for the studio knows I only do 2 roles specifically because they're based off of the sons I lost in complications from childbirth from my ex at the time. Where, like, the first one was from a kid I didn't even remember at the time, but then at the time we broke up, Jade is just like, we lost 3 kids together. I'm like, what?
Oh my
I
goodness.
thought we lost 2. It's like, no, remember, we were on our way to New Delhi to do some stuff of things kids should not be doing at the age of 14. And then all of a sudden she's just like, we lost a kid, and I was apparently high off my gourd, just like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sorry for your loss.
Things happen, Yenni. It's fine. But from there, I've made like 2 of my main characters from this whole big thing. Where from the flagship show we made of Let's Do Artists based off the Sun, I didn't remember. So wherever you are, my boy, I am sorry. And the one for Crescendo is of the one there's a lot with me where these past traumas kind of just come into flux. Like every August 24th to 25th, I kind of hear him and his sister talking to me. Like even in broad daylight, I'll just be walking and all of a sudden just hear them just being like, Dad! And I just see little Sky and little Ileana, and then everyone's just like, what's going on, bro? Why are you just looking like you staring off into space? It's like, I'm not, I'm just having a moment. That got dark.
It's okay.
Second one, I'd probably have to say the character that, my buddy Meliora voiced of Adam, because it's like kind of like a weird package deal when it comes to Mel and her voices, where with Adam, along with his favorite best friend of Friday, where you guys are gonna meet them probably in a couple episodes when we're in full-blown production. They're just very interesting about how the main plot could be the entire world could be at stake, but they're just like, we need to go to the zoo and rob them of their lions and tigers and maybe a panther.
Because that's important.
Yeah, that's their whole focus. Like, we could focus on this, but the carnival's in town, and there's a two-headed jaguar.
I like it.
It's just so beautiful. And then the last one, again, a role that Yenni play. I can't escape how Yenni plays some of my favorite characters. It's crazy. It's a character where she was born in like a very rough spot, but also raised by her aunt to be a huntress that also killed people for money.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
And then afterwards, she just became a single lady who don't need no man, raising her own deaf child. And from there, it just became so much more for me, where whenever we can help Yenni get some more stuff off of her plate and just give her, like, the biggest paycheck of her life, of just like, this is what you deserve, take the money, don't give us back the paycheck, you deserve this money. I would love to have Yenni come back for like all the stuff I have in store for her when I start writing the other seasons, because that character for me was just a nice breath of fresh air to revisit, rework, and then make her so much more than just the whole she's a female character to further the plot about a man. And now it's just she's a character that's very badass and can be there for the man, but has her own story that makes her even more fascinating.
I like that. I like that.
So those are my favorites from those two shows.
Alright. I don't know what else to ask you. Don't know what else to ask you.
Then I'll just
when are we
flip the table back my way to ask you more questions.
Definitely. Yeah, I have about like 30 minutes left before someone starts calling me saying, I'm on my way home. So.
Then I'll just shorten it to these last two questions so you can be mentally prepared to talk to the love of your life. The next to last question I can ask here is, who are like your favorite connections that you've made since entering the world of acting?
Oh my god, there's like 70,000. First and foremost, my number one forever, Tony Weiss. He's the one that pretty much dragged me into voice acting, especially after everything happened with my ex, which you will find out through Honey and Coffee with Honey. Because of him, you know, I am where I am today, and I never forget that. Never forget your roots, guys. Never forget where you come from and who helped you get there. It is not a stairway that you step on people. It is a stairway where people give you a hand, you take it, and then you offer a hand. So, aside from that, afterwards, out of a whim, crazy me tweeting out to the world saying, hey, I'm going to the voiceover conference. Does anybody want to be my roommate? And in comes Sarah Ruth, and never in a million years did I think that I would meet someone who just became like my best friend, because that's what she is. She is my best friend. We talk all the time. I'm going to Texas in March, finally, so that I can see her, because it's been a year and a half, almost 2. And she is such a great confidant, and I love her so much. Third would have to be John. He's like an older brother to me. I went up to Canada to be with him. He is an amazing boss, an amazing director, and an amazing friend too. He's also like super psyched for me to get married, because he wants like another Chinese wedding. So like,
give me an invite to that wedding.
So after that, darn, you know, I also, there's just so many people. Christian O'Boyle is so sweet. I love his wife and his daughter, Matt. And his girlfriend, no, fiance, Cornelia. She's so amazing. I mean, just there's so many people that have made such a big impact in my life, and that they make me smile all the time. Minton is super nice. I love him with all my heart. Bell Rusop, he is amazing at what he does, and you will see him very soon. And recently, I've been getting closer because he voices Max, which derives from Alex. Eddie Young, he's so cool, but he also freaks me out because him and Alex are like the same person, so it's kind of like weird because I'm like, I can't be annoyed by two people at once.
Yeah,
because like the biggest thing. And, like, he is exactly like Alex. Like, they both watch The Monkey King. They both have, like, the same type of, like, freaking, like, jokes. And I'm just, like, because, like, a big thing is that the way I say I love you to my mom, you annoy me so much. Like, when I see him and Eddie, I'm like, oh, my God, it's the same person. Like, how did this is great casting. But, so, there's so many wonderful people. So many wonderful. Oh, and also Ruka, last but not least, she's such a sweetheart. I love her. And there's so many. I talk to a lot of people, but very, very, very talented people. Oh my God, last but not least. Okay, one more. Amanda Huford. Oh my God, wait, hold on. And then, like, all the way to the top of this list again is Erica. She's not a voice actress, but she's the artist for the show, and I absolutely love her to death. She's so we started off as just, like, person asking for artwork, her to then just, like, we text each other and hope we have to send each other voice notes and stuff. And yeah, I love her and her boyfriend Eddie a lot too. So yeah, okay, no more because I'm just gonna go down the list of amazing people and it's never gonna end. Oh my God, here's another one, Mista, Nancy. And Anthony from Center Stage. They're the ones that really kicked off with me. We hope to start Center Stage again. Oh, you see, I told you, don't ask me these questions because I have so many people that I love. This is hard. And obviously you, like, I didn't even say your name. Like, oh God, and look, Shannon. That's it, whatever. The Shannon too. Now I know her name. It's not Sharon, Shannon. So just the list goes on.
I was just sitting here like, Yenni has known a lot of people. I don't know if she can just narrow it down to just a simple list.
I can't. It's so hard. Because I think everybody has something so monumentally good about them that I've met. I've been very lucky and very that I've seen going up. Going towards my path of voice acting and content creation and stuff. So yeah, they're all such wonderful people, and there's so many people out there that's great. So again, it is not about stepping on people, it is about holding out your hand and helping people come with you. So yeah.
All true. Last question we're going to be asking, because if you guys don't know, I'm my own personal YouTube thing. I'm going to be interviewing Yenni and the entire cast and crew of Coffee with Honey when season 1 is over, because I made a promise during my review that when season 1 is over, we'd be talking to the whole cast once I review the entire first season.
That's going to be difficult because Eddie. So this is, oh my God. Let's see how that works. That's going to be funny. I don't think we're probably going to get the whole cast and crew together. I don't, but we can try.
We can try. Like, we got a couple.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do that too.
We got a couple episodes to go before that happens.
Oh my God, we have several. Season 1 has 10 episodes, so.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah. We do.
So this final question is just one that Nick and his wife Moira were kind of just wondering, because she wanted to ask this question when it was like midnight.
Midnight. Oh, okay.
Well, midnight for me, for them was like about to be 5 in the morning.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, we're all night owls that have insomnia. their main question was, for everything that has transpired, and this is like a personal question for all of you guys watching this, for like all of the years that have transpired between you and I, do you think that our friendship has grown into something more organic, or do you believe that over time it will erode because of how different we are?
That's such a silly question. Like, that's like asking, like, do you think, are you gonna be my friend in like a year? Like, so I don't know how to answer this, but this reminds me of in kindergarten we used to be like, are you my friend?
It's just a random thing that just popped up, and I added to the list because, again, midnight. I'm supposed to be in bed, but I'm like, all right, can I put this on?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that is See, okay, so first of all, we never know what happens in the future. But quite frankly, I don't think that because someone is different from someone else doesn't mean that they can't have a relationship in some way, shape, or form. For example, Sarah camps and has tried to have me camp. She's gonna make fun of me when she sees if she like listens to this. She wants to take me camping, and like she tried to like get me into it, and I am a city girl. That is definitely, there is no camping in Miami, let alone like Florida, like South Florida. The only camping you can do is like go to like the swamp area, and then you might like get attacked by an alligator or a crocodile. So I mean, like that's like, I don't know what that is. Like I cannot. My camping has to be like in a camper with a shower and a cook stuff. Like if you try to burn fish for me to eat, I'm gonna have an attack. But that's me. But we are different, but we all things alike, and I don't think that our friendship can totally be based on just because we're different. Same thing goes with John and Tony. John and Tony are dads. I have absolutely no idea about a kid, and a lot of the times, they're focused on their family more than I am, because my family is a bunch of fur babies and my boyfriend. But that doesn't mean that in a few years we're gonna stop talking. So definitely, although I do not know the future, I don't think I would stop talking to anybody just because they're different from me, nor could I possibly even try to assume that, or like think that a friendship would erode. I would definitely more than likely continue my friendships until the very end. I mean, sometimes, with life, I've had very, very good friends, and, time passes and you kind of move on and you're not talking to them as much. For example, Tony and I and John and I, we used to talk 24/7, and, change, people move on to different things, work gets harder in real life, voice acting gets, more, but that doesn't mean that we're not friends anymore, and that doesn't mean that I continue to talk about them and to uplift them, because I think they're such great humans. So, I mean, just because you don't talk to someone every day or continuously stop talking to them doesn't mean you just can't go back and be like, yo, what's up? It's been like 2 months. Let's chat, So, for that question, I don't really like that question. I don't think that that's such a silly question to me. Of course they're going to be friends.
Yeah, again, that was like a midnight for me, 5 a.m. for them. I'm just like, can I please go to sleep? It's like, one more. It's like, fuck, hell, I hate you guys right now. Why did you name me your kid's godfather? Okay, final question, you sons of bitches. Yeah, guys, that has been this episode of Cove Club, where, for anyone that's gonna be wondering, like, from these stupid questions, the Lion Founder, what does that mean? Guys, you should know, I'm forever gonna love Yenni. If 2 years of knowing me hasn't had her be like, bitch, you insane, I can't be around you no more. Of course, that's gonna be one of my homies for life. I'd do anything for Yenni. If Yenni all of a sudden called me up saying, hey, I need some money to try and send mom and dad on a vacation, I'd be like, bruh, how much money you need?
No.
But I would do that, though. That's why you're laughing.
Ay. Well, yes, thank you so much for having me be a part of this show. I really enjoyed spending time with you and learning about Cove Studios as well as being able to talk about Coffee with Honey. Let me just put it out there. Anybody who hasn't seen it already, you can follow us on Twitter at Vibrantly Cool or at YenniAnnVO, which is mine because I retweet everything that I post on Vibrantly Cool. The first episode is out. Every episode is going to come out every Saturday. And it will go on until October 26th. And then on October 30th, we have our Halloween special coming out. And it'll be very spooky. And after that, we're going to go on a small hiatus. It shouldn't be too long. And then we're going to finish off season 1. And depending on how it goes, well, incoming season 2. So, yeah.
All of you guys, they're just like, I'm too lazy to chat. Don't worry, we got you. In the description below, we have all that sort of stuff. Plus, if you want to help to make sure that our own productions can get on that same high tier as everything with Vibrantly Cool, so we can just...
I wouldn't say high tier.
we gotta end up being just as good as our fellow indie studios. Make sure you guys check us out on not only our Patreon, but our Ko-fi as well. Hell, $1 a month goes a very, very long way. You have no
very
idea.
long. Yeah.
And other than that, guys, just look forward to everything that we have coming out for October, where I am probably not going to sleep a wink from everything we're going to be doing on twitch.tv/Writerscope Studios, or the other stuff we're going to be doing, like a re-release of our Monster series, the Season 2 premiere of our flagship show, or episode 3 of Lost Tides with Yenni in it.
Yay! Yay!
We have so much going on, and I'm like, what is sleep anymore, Yenni?
I don't know it either.
But,
thank you so much again.
No problem, Yenni. Next episode we're gonna have for Cove Club that's not about any of our VAs. We're probably gonna see if we can get Amanda Huford, or maybe Sarah Ruth Thomas. I don't know. We're gonna see who we can get. If not, we're gonna be looking at the entire cast of Lost Tides little by little. But we gonna get there. So I've of course been the Lion founder, and my guest today has been Yenni Ann voiceover, or just Yenni Ann if you want to just be a little bit more risque with it. And I had to be silly. You should know this.
I know.
And we will see you guys on our own collective platforms next time.
Alright, bye-bye.
Fingers feel the pulse that's running down your spine.